Spider-Man.
How they all sound.
Spider-Man.
Does whatever Spider can.
Swings a web,
Any size?
catches thieves just like flies.
Just like flies. Look out.
There goes the Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. Actually, that's a Brian Recluse.
Oh, God.
A hero could save us. I don't know the rest of the words.
Michael, that's a flat out lie, because we all know you love that song.
Chad Kroeger is a visionary.
Big fan of Getting Real, too.
And speaking of getting real, we got an episode to do.
Whoa!
If you haven't seen Avengers Endgame yet, it's still in theaters right now. If you're watching this a year from now, it's not going to be there anymore. You just go see Avengers Endgame, then you walk right into Spider-Man Far From Home.
Peter Parker, a.k.a. Spider-Man, is going on a class trip. He just wants to take a vacation, and he goes to Europe with his class, and shenanigans happens. Tries to not be Spider-Man, but he has to be Spider-Man because of a mysterious Mysterio comes in and tries to save the day.
And Mysterio is Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yep.
Yes.
The prettiest man ever to exist.
A lot of this movie does deal with, spoiler, the 5-year time jump. And after Endgame. We won't spoil everything from Endgame.
No, just a few things.
Iron Man's death. Because a lot of it is about him just dealing with it, and that's what's kind of cool. And the idea that there are these like random group of people who haven't been there for 5 years, and they have fun with it for a little bit, and that's really about it. I did love all the Tony Stark stuff. Like this kind of like, you know, Homecoming was his first movie, but this one kind of feels like the first Iron Man movie. Like you're just becoming your own person kind of thing. But I loved it. I love this movie.
It's the right amount of fun.
Yeah,
It is.
But it's also introspective and serious and very sad at certain parts.
Yeah. When Homecoming came out, I loved it. I love that it wasn't just like a superhero movie. This is another one of those. It's a high school comedy, but it takes it literally like expands across the world. It's like, hey, just travel across Europe. Like, what if it's Spider-Man, but he's like riding a bus and he's on a plane and he's
What
with
if
his
he's
friends.
just drinking some English tea?
Yeah. Hello, Governor.
Hello, MJ. I'm going to save you.
If you're a fan of Spider-Man, you know where some of the stuff's going.
Oh, yeah.
And you should know.
Like, if you've read any comic book arc of Mysterio, if you watch the cartoon series with Mysterio, it's carbon copy of how Mysterio is. But I like the twist how it's not only Mysterio.
Yeah, I did love that.
It's like, it's a group of
It's a
people,
team.
and if you've seen the Iron Man movies, you know the villain's intention.
Yeah.
Like, once it's revealed, you're like, well, this makes sense. His past is always going to affect the people he loves.
The scene whenever Mysterio like attacks Spider-Man for the first time, I think that's my favorite scene in any Marvel movie.
Oh, there is some trippy cool stuff.
Oh
with
my God.
Mysterio, yeah, it looks great. It you don't know where it's like, it kind of makes you feel uncomfortable too, because you're like, what's happening? Like you're like, I don't really, and you're like, no, this is the thing. And like, no, it's not. No, this is no. And
I wish I had just watched only the Marvel Cinematic Universe, because then I could be like, well, who's this Mysterio guy?
Yeah.
Why has he got a fishbowl in his head?
Yeah, like, what?
J. Jonah Jameson is back.
And he's not only back, he's the same guy is back.
Yeah.
J.K. Simmons.
Perfect. And now he's playing like an Alex Jones type version of J. Jonah Jameson, which makes perfect sense.
It does. It's so good. I'm so happy. Like I literally like screamed when I saw him.
We actually heard Zach all the way from her. He said,
Oh my God! Special shout out to Jon Favreau, still killing it. I'm glad he's in these movies.
He's great.
All the kids are great.
There's a lot of characters, but they get enough time. Like, it's mostly the Spider-Man Mysterio show, but they all get enough time. It doesn't feel like nobody's wasted.
So how many Peter Tingles out of 10 did you give?
I would give it like an 8 out of 10. It's not like the best Marvel movie. It'll never be Spider-Man 2.
But it literally is a Spider-Man 2.
But it is Spider-Man 2.
The third Spider-Man 2.
I would give it, I'll go like 8.5, maybe 8.75 Peter Tingles. And there's a lot of great Iron Man stuff in it. It really is like exactly what we needed to see right after Endgame.
I gotta go 8 as well. I was gonna say like 7.5, mainly because of the slow pacing. But then the Mysterio scene, like that blew my mind.
Yeah.
Like that alone is worth seeing this movie.
I hope there's like a group of Sony fans, like Sony Spider-Man movie fans out there who hate the MCU, but they're like, I love Spider-Man so freaking much.
I wish Andrew Garfield still existed. It's Ari Aster's second movie.
Yeah,
I mean,
in a whole year.
Yeah. He's done some short films, but it's a second feature length. And guys, I don't even know if I can explain this movie. Because on the surface, if you explain it, it's like, without mentioning any of the creepy stuff, it's just like Euro trip. It's like they go to Europe for this trip, and they go to a weird commune in Sweden, and then that's when all the hijinks start. Like, on the surface, like, if that's how I explain it to someone, I could pitch this as a comedy movie.
The director explains it as a breakup movie.
Oh, yeah. It's definitely a breakup movie. Yeah. But, yeah, it's basically one long sacrificial ritual. And that's as far as I'm going to explain it. But I was very disoriented and confused. Not like confused, like I knew what was happening, but the way it's shot is you're like, I don't like how this is being presented to me. And I can't tell if I like that or dislike it.
It makes you uncomfortable. Yeah. But like, that's how, so Ari Aster, he did Hereditary last year, which was one of my favorite movies of the year. Yeah. And it was for that reason, because you're just like, it's so, disoriented is a great word. Like, you think you're in a dollhouse, but you're actually like in a real house and there's people walking in it. And you're like, what am I doing? What am I watching? This is freaky. This is a dude who doesn't care about like your jump scares, your teenagers who go see, your biggest horror audience. He's just like, I'm going to make a movie that is weird, freaks people out, and probably make you throw up.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't throw up, but...
But you wanted to.
No, I didn't.
But you thought about it.
But,
Bad taste in your mouth?
No. I had a penny in my mouth, but I didn't. If you go see this movie thinking it's going to be a horror movie, like jump scares, it's not that. It's one long, dreadful ritual. Yeah. With horror movies, they always got stupid people in it. Yeah. So the main characters make stupid decisions because they're Americans in Europe. You obviously make stupid decisions when you're in Europe. Mm-hmm. It happened in Spider-Man.
It did.
Happens in this one. All these weird things are happening throughout, and you're just like, why are they still there? Why are they still there? It keeps going, and you're like, why are they still there? They should have left forever ago. Cinematography is great. Like, there are shots where like it goes upside down or it like shakes, and so it's trying to make you feel how the characters feel, like going in over time. And it's very trippy. Like, there's a lot of stuff moving in the background. It's hard to explain an acid trip to a person that's never been on an acid trip. Like, I've never been on an acid trip, so if someone tried to explain an acid trip to me, I'd be like, cool, I don't know. Sure, if you say so. Yeah. If you liked Hereditary, you're gonna like this one.
Good.
I don't know how I feel about the movie. I can't even process how I feel about it yet. That's how weird and, I want to say, effed up this movie is.
You heard it here first, guys. Maybe second. I don't know when you're watching.
This is probably the 5th time we were watching this, and I gotta say, Mom, thank you.
Dad, please stop watching.
Dad, you're watching it too much.
2 times is fine.
You've created enough burner YouTube accounts. Stop.
Un esercito di prodi